What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Railworks, and we are going to be picking up our showcase of the CP Chatham subdivision by Mr. Black Beaver today. As you guys can see, we got our CP 8600 locomotive here with our CEFX trailing, same consist as the previous episode, and all of that good stuff. And we don't have too much of the route left to showcase. So as you can see, we are currently right here, and we are pretty much halfway between the 2 points. So we just have a little bit left to go before we reach the final destination, which is the yard over here. And then there's just a little bit more to go over here, but we're going to end up going into the yard. I don't think I can set these switches as of yet. So we're probably just going to go into that very far yard track, which is fine by me. Let us go ahead and hop in the cab here. Alright, so our reverser is missing, and our throttle is all the way at idle, so there we go. Now, I've never actually saved a scenario with this locomotive, so I'm not 100% certain if I'm going to have to start it all back up, or what's going to happen, but we do have our independent brake on. There we go, dynamics off. Let that brake go down into the pipe, and let's see if we'll actually get it started here. Alright, there we go. So I just had to turn the engine run and the generator field back on, but here we go, ready to go. So if you guys do remember, we did end up trying to stop at that signal back over here, but we completely failed, and we ended up passing it. So we are picking up just where we left off in the last one. Now, he did tell me that there were a few updates he has made to the route. He added some more decoration along the main line, so I'm not too sure if it's probably just like, some more trees and some shrubbery and stuff. I'm not 100% certain. He also did say that the signal glitch that we were having, where we seen all the different, signals that were displaying stop, and then they would just switch to a clear and the next signal over. He says majority of those were fixed, so it was just a glitch with the type of signals that he ended up using for the route. So we're just gonna kind of play it off as they were, burned out. So of course they're gonna show the next aspect and all that good stuff. So that is kind of what we're gonna play it off at. And for all you guys that do have the route, I know it was like a personal, private sharing thing, so I know he didn't send it to everybody, but if you do have the route and you are watching this, he did say he fixed the quick drive scenario that came with it. So we're not doing the quick drive, we kind of made our own scenario for it and all of that good stuff. But first and foremost, hopefully you guys are having a good weekend so far. Good start to your weekend. It is Saturday. Finally got my days off. Went 6 days in a row from last Saturday all the way to Thursday. So Friday, Saturday were my days off, and then same thing next week, so thankfully. I do go back to afternoons next week, unfortunately, but the week after they said we go back to morning, so I'm really happy about that. But I will tell you this, though, it has been a rough week, a very, very rough week, and that is why there haven't been really many uploads on the channel this week, and it is because after the snowstorm, everything got messed up, and I mean everything got messed up. We'll talk more about it after this crossing. But yes, everything got messed up. So if you guys do remember, a couple weeks ago I was mentioning we had a major snowstorm coming through the area. Well, Amazon ended up being shut down for 3 days because of it. And let me tell you, it was just a mess. And, trucks, cars, everything sliding into the ditch on the freeways. Snow plows were going into the ditch. They had to, tow a couple snow plows out. And it was like I said, it was just a major, major mess. And, of course, after the snow hits, a lot of the roads that we go down in town, country roads, they're not plowed, so they just kind of wait for the snow to melt. And let me tell you, it sucked. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but it sucked at the same time. because, you know, normally we would get done about 3 o'clock and, you know, be home by like 4. Well, it turned out we would be going home later because we had to take it slower than normal. Alright, looks like we do got an approach, so it's probably one of those broken signals again. So yeah, it was definitely a heck of a week, I'll say that. On Thursday, I was definitely pretty exhausted after I got off and then finally had my 2 days off. So I was pretty exhausted, not gonna lie. But my buddy and I were actually supposed to go up north to Westmont, Illinois, to head to Micro Center, and unfortunately that didn't happen. We just kind of felt the need that we didn't really have to go, because the only thing I was really going to pick up was a couple new SSDs, and then he didn't really have anything he wanted to pick up, so we just, you know, kind of decided not to go. And you know, it kind of does suck that we didn't go, but then again, it just wasn't worth, you know, wasting the gas and all that stuff. And one thing I was really excited for was trying Raising Cane's restaurant, but we didn't try that either. So hopefully there'll be a next time. But I did end up going to Five Below and Dollar Tree, and I did pick up a couple cool things. So I did buy a green screen from Five Below. It was like $5, I want to say. And this should hopefully be a little bit better than the green screen that I get from my webcam, because I have the Logitech C922, and it's got that like built-in green screen, so I'm hoping that this one's going to be better with the proper lighting. I also did get a new RGB strip for the monitors, and I don't remember if I mentioned it, but I did buy a monitor mount for them, so they're kind of just mounted to my desk right now, and it's actually kind of nice having them raised up a little bit and on a mount instead of a stand. So it's pretty cool. I'm also bought a single mount yesterday, actually, so I'm gonna actually try to do a 3 monitor setup. So I'm gonna have 2 LG 27-inch monitors, and then it's gonna be a Vizio 24-inch like TV, which isn't really gonna be for much like gaming or anything. It's just kind of gonna be for like Discord or whatever. So yes, very excited about that. I found a phone mount that actually sticks onto the back of your monitor. It's got like a sticky tab, like a 3M whatever, and it just sticks to the back of the monitor. So it should be helpful, or it should hopefully be a lot helpful in keeping the desk cleaner. I mean, I already got a bunch of stuff cluttered underneath the mounted monitors now, but we're gonna try to keep it clean. And I also bought just, you know, a couple random desk accessories at Dollar Tree and some like organization type stuff. So it was a pretty good buy. I'll definitely say that. It was definitely a good buy. We got a lot of crossings here. But to make up for the not going to Micro Center trip, he did have a couple of gift certificates to the Mexican restaurant out here, and it was kind of nice. You know, it's going out for lunch, having a little Mexican food. Had a pitcher of margaritas as well, so it was kind of nice. And then we ended up going out to Dairy Queen after that to get some ice cream and all that good stuff. We just kind of hung out. He basically got a new computer, a PC case, and he transferred everything, and I was just kind of helping him, you know, put the final touches on his PC and stuff. So definitely was a pretty fun time. Definitely was a pretty fun time. Definitely well needed after the week that I had. So supposed to be in the 40s and 50s next week. So I'm hoping that a lot of the snow is going to melt. I'm praying that it will. So hopefully I'll be, you know, be a lot easier, and since going back to afternoons, it's going to be fun. Looks like we do got some forest areas coming up here. But yes, so like I said, I do apologize for not having content for the last couple of days. It's just been a hell of a week. And I've literally just been going to work and sleeping. That's literally it. That's just how tired I've been and whatnot. So this week I do plan on having daily uploads. We're coming up on 60 here, man. We're going to slow down a little bit. But I do have plan on having daily uploads. I recently just picked up Battlefield 2042 and Dying Light 2. So we're going to be taking a look at Dying Light 2 here this weekend and throughout the week. I'm super stoked about that one. I've mentioned it before that I've played the absolute living crap out of Dying Light, the first one. So I'm hoping Dying Light 2 will be so much better of an experience. And then we'll have some more train sim stuff mixed in. I do have Wet Koala CP Alderside route to take a look at. And we do have a couple other things to take a look at as well. Some ATS and some other like demo games and stuff mixed in for this week as well that I do have planned. But unfortunately, yes, I do go back to afternoons because Amazon likes to take things that are good, completely screw them up, and then bring them back the next week like nothing ever happened. So I don't know, I don't understand it. But unfortunately this week I'm going back to afternoons. And I gotta say, I'm not looking forward to it. I got some busted track over here, man. Some broken track. So yeah, like I mentioned, the weather's warming up. So hopefully all this snow's gonna melt. And hopefully, you know, we can start getting some better weather. I was kind of looking at like the predictions and stuff, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere below 30. So that's actually really good. Hopefully it starts warming up here. And I don't know what's going on tonight, but it is like super, super windy. Like, I don't think I've ever heard the wind like through my window this bad before since I moved here. So it's very, very, very windy out here tonight. But yeah, I don't know if you guys experience a lot of snow where you're from, but if you're driving a cargo van, you're going to have a fun time. And, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I'll say that. It wasn't that bad. Most of the roads were, you know, they're snow covered, but they were plowed, and it was just kind of at the point where you can still drive on them, but it just, you knew you were just driving on snow. So it wasn't that bad. I mean, there were some places, too, where you couldn't even go, you know, more than 10 miles an hour without sliding, but there wasn't that many like areas of that, so that was definitely a good sign. We're going through a forest here, it looks like, and then we just got some fields to our right. Very cool. I'm waiting to see another town through here, but we still got quite a few ways to go. So we're coming up here. We're slowly coming up to the yard. Slowly. And we got our alerter going off, which we don't want to do. Brake cylinder is flashing at 10. It's been flashing, but the locomotive is still going, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. So I'm going to slow down here because we don't have a, what's it called? A reverser for some unknown reason. And I'm honestly not sure why. The reverser just never wanted to show. So it's still flashing over at 47. So I'm assuming there's something glitched with the locomotive, because Independence released, train brake is released. We're in notch 8, and it's still slowing down. So not too sure. I'm not too sure. Alright, here we go. Finally, we're picking up some speed again. I don't really know exactly what happened. I just know that the train brake is actually our independent brake, as you can see. Makes no sense, and then the train brake is just kind of there. I don't get it. I do not get it. But we are picking up speed here finally once again, so that is a good thing. And yeah, going through some more plains here. We got pretty much just trees to our right over here, so this is kind of just like one of those barren areas of the route and all of that good stuff. Got a crossing coming up. But man, let me tell you, honestly, I think Monday and Tuesday were my two worst days that I've had working in this little snowstorm, or after the snowstorm. And majority of my route was out in the country, so a lot of my houses had these like long driveways. Of course, you know, a lot of people won't plow their driveway, so they're all snow covered, ice covered, whatever. So most of the time what they want you to do is they want you to contact the person and see, you know, if they can leave it at the mailbox or whatever. I'm not about to go do that and waste time, so I'm just going to walk down the driveways, you know, snow and ice covered, and just bring it to their front door. Now, some of these you couldn't even walk down because they were just too, you know, on a hill or on a slope or something, and they were just snow and ice covered, so there's like no point in even trying it. Some of them you could, and I gotta say, there was a bunch that I had to walk down, and it was very, very tiring. I was legit exhausted. I feel like I was more exhausted that day than any other day that I've actually worked for this job. It was, yeah, it pretty much slowed me down for the rest of the day. It was horrible. It was definitely horrible. There was a 0.2 mile long driveway that I walked down. It was completely snow covered, and it killed me. It really did. Alright, looks like we got a mini yard over here. I don't think we're at the yard yet, are we? Oh, we're at a tiny yard. Okay. I was about to say, like, it's way too soon to be at the yard that we were talking about at the end of the line here. But man, the only gripe that I do have about wintertime is that people who won't shovel or like salt their driveways, and you know that they have money. They're like in these nice, you know, fancy houses and stuff. They got money to order from Amazon. They have money to, you know, just buy a thing of salt, you know, just pour it in your driveway. You know, just so especially if you're expecting a package, so the Amazon, UPS, FedEx, post office, whatever, driver doesn't, you know, slip in your walkway, and then we can technically sue you if we get injured. So just, you know, if you guys go through a snowstorm, just please, you know, salt, shovel your walkways, driveways, whatever. But yeah, I did fall once though. It was in the country on a road. I did fall once though. Nobody saw it, thankfully, but yes, I did fall. But yeah, I was listening to the Illinois State Police scanner of the district that I'm in during that snowstorm, and let me tell you, they were basically shutting down highways. There were so many vehicles and semi-trucks jackknifed, and vehicles in the ditch, semis in the ditch, squad cars hit, salt trucks in the ditch. It was a lot. I'll say that. It was definitely a lot. But it is, you know, after, you know, all the snowstorm hit, we finally went back to work and stuff, you know, driving down those expressways. A lot of those semis, they still haven't even gotten out of the ditch yet. So I've been seeing like pictures on Facebook of them and stuff. And then just, you know, seeing them on Facebook and seeing it in person is just, you know, a completely different perspective. Because it's like, you know, they could have, you know, shut down, you know, went off on an on-ramp or something, you know, just stopped. Because you knew the road conditions were going to be bad. But at the same time, you know, you kind of feel for the guys, though, because, The truck drivers might have just, lost their job, depending on, the situation. If they ran when they weren't supposed to, or, whatever, they might have just lost their job. They were stuck miles and miles away from home. Majority of them possibly not even getting paid to, sit there waiting for their truck to get out of the ditch and all that, or jackknifed or whatever. A lot of like owner-operator trucks got destroyed, and a lot of trailers got destroyed. Man, I'll tell you what, there is one trailer that I seen, and I don't know how it happened, but it pretty much just like split in half from being jackknifed. Now, I think this was actually the longest truck that was in the ditch, because they had to like manually unload the semi or the trailer into another trailer just in order to get it out of the ditch. Like, I don't know how it happened, but like the rear end of the trailer was like pushed down, and it was kind of like split in half for the most part. I don't know how it happened, but it was crazy. And I was there for part of the recovery process, because I was just driving by when they were trying to get it unloaded and out of the ditch and stuff. And man, it was crazy. Just seeing all those semis in the ditch, man, it was crazy. But a huge shout out to all the towing companies out there. Huge shout out to all the first responders, DOT workers and all that, for working around the clock, keeping everybody safe and, off the roadways, and for all your dedication, helping, pull people out of the roadways and pulling people out of the ditch and recoveries, and, plowing the roads and stuff. But man, it was a lot to go. It was a lot to look at, man. I'm just sitting there on the highway, like I was like, nope, I could not do it. I could not do it. Come to find out that FedEx and us were actually the only ones shut down, and they were still having UPS go out and work, and apparently a lot of the UPS trucks got stuck out here, so they called them back. One of my regular customers on the route that I'm usually on said that she follows one of her her main UPS driver on Snapchat, and apparently he got stuck in the ditch. They got a tow truck to help dig him out, and they had to go get another tow truck to help dig that tow truck out because it got stuck. So it was a pretty bad snowstorm. Not gonna lie. But yeah, enough about that. Hopefully we don't have to deal with any more snow the rest of this year. I mean, my weather app did say it's supposed to snow this week, but then it also said it's supposed to be in the 40s and 50s, so who knows? Who knows? But hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. Let me know if you guys have any, awesome plans for this weekend. It is Valentine's Day on Monday. It is Super Bowl Sunday. So if you guys have any fun Super Bowl plans, or what team you guys are going for, let me know down in the comment section. I already know I'm working that Super Bowl Sunday, so probably going to catch like the tail end of the game and all that good stuff. But yeah, Valentine's Day on Monday as well. We just hit a tree. But yes, I've just noticed like the remaining, I'm not sure if this is how it's supposed to be or what, but like the remaining part of this route is nothing but like open plains and trees. So I'm hoping there's gonna be, I'm not too sure if that's how it's supposed to be, or if it's just, he hasn't gotten to this part yet. But yes, the remaining of it has just been trees and open fields. But yeah, some sad news out of Phoenix the other day. I don't know if you guys heard, but 9 police officers were shot in an ambush type situation, which I haven't really read the article much. I just know that they were shot. I know the initial one I seen was 5, but then somehow it went up to 9. But supposedly it was a ambush call that was supposed to be a domestic call with the hostage, I guess, and then turned into an ambush, and 9 officers were shot. Luckily none of them killed, just wounded or injured or whatever. Thankfully none of them were killed. But it's just a sad situation, It really, really is. You know, the police are out there to protect and serve, and then you just go out and, you know, just because you don't like them because they're cops, you just go out and shoot them and think that, you know, it's okay. Because it's really not. And then we also had one close to home, a deputy in the next county over where I used to live at actually just passed away of COVID. And I'm not too sure, but I think I know because he used to live like literally like 2 blocks away from where we used to live at, if it's the same person, because I'm not sure of his name. But yeah, it's pretty sad story. Really, really is. Got a lot of weeds over here, man. So we're pretty much coming up on this yard here. We just got a little bit ways to go. We got this like little track over here, and then we have a track here, and then we get into the yard. Got some trees over here. Got a little bit of a forest going on. Not really a forest, more just, you know, trees. But yeah, Mr. Black Beaver, if you're watching this, is this kind of how it's supposed to be? Or is it just kind of like still work in progress? You haven't gotten to pretty much this part of the route yet? Because I'm not seeing any buildings or nothing. Just, you know, trees. Just trees. Trees and water. And then whatever that thing, mountain looking thing is. Yeah, this right here is actually kind of cool looking. Signal past danger expired. Yeah, I kind of hit tab on accident, and then apparently we have a stop signal coming up, which is fine. Not too worried about it. But we do got a lot of forested areas coming through here, man. A lot of forested area. Alright, so I believe this right here is actually going to be that track that we seen on the map that crosses over. So I'm not too sure if it's like a little branch line or another main line or something. We do got the bridge over here. I thought it was just going to be, you know, like a diamond, but nope, it is a bridge. Hopefully our double stack containers can clear that. I don't see why it wouldn't, but let's hope. But yeah, man, still nothing too fancy, just a bunch of, you know, forested areas and trees and all of that good stuff. Haven't hit a town in a while either, so just been a lot of, you know, wooded areas and all that good stuff. Alright, so here we are meeting the other set of tracks that was on the map here. And this is actually what I was expecting the last one to look like. It looks like this is actually going to be some sort of ooh, that is loud. But that looks like it's actually going to be some sort of branch line that leads off of this main line. Probably heads to like some industries or something out that way. Have no idea though, but it could also look like it could be another class 1 or short line railroad's main line as well, so who knows? Who knows? Alright, so it looks like we got some sort of little town through here. We got some crossings, we got siding track coming up here. Hopefully these crossing gates go down. There they go in a timely manner. See, this would be the type of town that I'd like to live in. You know, very small, you know, like 2 or 3, maybe a couple houses, you know, along the town. And just, you know, everybody knows everybody. Those are the types of towns that I like to live in. You know, my ultimate dream would have a house with a nice long driveway out in the country away from everybody. You know, just be have a nice little barn to minimum is what they're called. It's kind of like a barn house type deal, and have that with nice little wraparound front porch and all that. That'd be the life, man. We got a highway or a road down here. Pretty cool. And I actually lied. Those tracks that we met were actually not this. I thought it was this, but this is actually upcoming. And it actually doesn't even touch us. It just kind of runs parallel to us for a little bit. But I don't know exactly what signal they were talking about that runs at danger, but there is actually no signal that I've seen. And there is that track right there to our right. So the siding does end. And there is another main line or something. I'm not too sure if it's actually a continuation of... Actually, it might actually be a continuation of this. It's just not done yet. Interesting. But yes, we do got the CP Chatham sub, and then whatever those two tracks are over here. Pretty cool. Looks like we got some like warehouse or factories or like storage areas to our right over here. Missed a bridge over there, and we got another bridge coming up over here. Looks like a prison? No. Storage place. Storage facility. Okay. We got some apartments, complexes and stuff over here. Some looks like duplexes or apartments or something. So you can definitely tell we are coming into the city here for sure. Always gotta love it when the apartments look the same. Always gotta love it. Thanks, Dovetail, for, you know, your recycled assets that you decide to use on every single route. Kind of hope our intermodal containers will clear this. We'll see. I'm hoping. Let's watch. Well, if the auto racks clear it, the intermodal container should. We got some more apartments to our left here. Got some houses and stuff to the right. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Now I'm going to take a wild guess and assume this is London, Ontario. I'm going to take a wild guess. I have no idea though. Man, that wind is howling tonight. That is for sure. Very cool. I like how they have balconies, and pretty much all they'll see is trees and then trains, and there's like no view except that. That's kind of funny though. Hey, but I mean, heck, if you're a rail fan or you like trains or whatever, that'd be a perfect, you know, perfect apartment complex for you to be living at for sure. I think we're getting close to the yard here. Yep, we're almost to the yard. Almost. We got a giant like apartment complexes or office buildings to the right over here. Well, that's sketchy. We are going 71 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. Whoops. Alright, let's start slowing down here. This actually looks kind of cool, though. I won't lie. This actually does look kind of cool. Oh, there's Canal Street Storage from the racetrack. That is one building I do recognize. Approved. We're going... Yeah, we're going way too fast. I should have been paying attention to the speed limits, but oh well. Can't win them all. Can't be realistic in all of them. Oh, this is a sketchy crossing right here. I just hope that those weren't quiet zones. Quest to pass danger approved. Typically you'd be stopping for those, but it is what it is. And here is the yard. Let's just throw it in emergency. Yeah, because I don't think we're going to stop in time. That is pretty cool, though. I actually do kind of a cool route. I will say that. It did take us 2 parts to get it done. And I will say this. It is a very nice route so far from what we've seen. Little yard offices over there. Probably like the yard crew whatever's building there to get your paperwork and all that good stuff. But yeah, I am liking what I'm seeing so far. Very nice looking route. And like I said, it's still a work in progress, so this is not the final version of the route. As I mentioned in the beginning, there were some updates done to it. So this is not the final version of the route. This is just a work in progress beta. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. If you guys, you know, would drive on it and stuff. There are quite a few CP routes coming out. And I know there were quite a few CP repaints coming out on the Train Sim Corner. We also had the CP SD60s come out on Steam from, I believe, Travel by Train. So, if you guys like Canadian Pacific, definitely a route to check out for sure. Or if you guys even live along this route, do let me know. I know we did kind of mess up at the end with the speed limits, but that, you know, that's okay. Man, this is taking a while for us to stop here. I'll say that for sure. Oh, and I actually got the creator of the trailing unit. I forgot to mention this. But he did let me know that for some reason, there's been multiple issues with the CEFX repaint, and he doesn't know why. He says that some people it works flawlessly for, some people it doesn't even pop up in the game, and then some people can't drive it. Some can, but some can only have it trail. So I'm not too sure what's wrong with it. It might just be like a patch or something in the game. I don't know. So, but let this also be a lesson to, if you are using this locomotive, do not save the scenario and then pick back up where you left off, because the locomotive will glitch out on you completely. As this one did, since my independent brake was my train brake and my train brake was my independent, until we hit emergency, which we did. So there we go. EOT is emergency brake, and then we went into emergency, and we're still not even stopped. And we're about to hit the end of the tracks here. So yeah. Alright guys, well I don't think we're going to stop here anytime soon. So that's going to go ahead and do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.